Good afternoon, everybody. Wee Paddy from across the shock, and I think I might have broke my own rules. It's funny. I was watching a video last night, and my old friend Rick, he broke his rules a couple of days ago, and I think we must have done it on exactly the same day. The only difference being I got mine delivered the next day, which was damned exciting. But he broke his rule on price, and I think I've done the same. I had got to the stage now where I'd said I definitely wasn't going over £300 for a knife. I think Rick was exactly the same. Then he broke that. And then I said, well, I didn't say anything. This one's over £400. So I've broke it by a long margin for me. But I was able to trade, and I was able to put a couple of £100 cash towards this, which is my dream knife. Just my dream knife. If you remember back on my channel, I had the basic in Cosi with the fingers. I had to sell that off to get stuff for the channel. I just couldn't keep it. It was too much money. I'm in a position now where this is going nowhere, ever. It's just not going anywhere, ever, because I've got a fantastic version of a knife that I loved. I genuinely loved the other one. It was plain, bit skinny in the handle. This has rectified all this, because this is a small Sebenza 31 with a box elder handle. And that, if that doesn't sound beautiful to you, trust me, when you see it, you will change your mind. And I don't want to make this a long video, but I don't want to make it a short video, because this is really special when I get something like this. You know, this isn't a giveaway knife or a given knife. This is one that I bought, and I just adore it. Adore it. It's in this sheath, but I want to show you how it comes. This is the box, and it's a Sebenza 31 with box elder inlays. I love the 31. I love the fact that it's got a full wooden cover. But this is the way it comes. This is from 2020, and you get the usual Chris Reeve and the little beautiful little book that even gives you the takedown and what tools you need for the takedown. You only need one. I've already taken this down. This knife, I don't believe it had been used other than just fidgeted with. And there's its birth card, October 28th, 2020. I can't tell you. I just love it. I've got my Chris Reeve sticker, which will be going up in front of me here very shortly. And then I have my registration card. So I'm going to send that off. I'm doing this all properly. I just love it. And inside it, you get the lovely cloth. You get the tool to take down. You get the grease. And you get this here. But he has put a different one on. He's changed that over, but threw that in for me as well. So I'm over the moon. I love that. That's the box. And the exciting bit, well, no, let's just keep the story going a little bit longer. And it's worth it. Don't worry, it is worth it. The person I bought this off was Carl Pearson. And he's the boy he's the CEO and designer of Who Knives, which this is one here that I've been using regularly because I loved it. And if you remember when I was talking about it, I said, it's not a Chris Reeves, but it's in that sort of fashion. It's titanium. This one is in M390, which is a better steel, they say. And it is a better steel, but it's a steel. It's a good steel. This one's in S35VN. This isn't one of the modern ones in Magna Cut, but I don't care. I've got a Magna Cut knife. I'll show you that as well when I do comparisons. But this is like I said, it's very similar to a Chris Reeves knives. Now, this is nowhere near. This is cost. There's a discount. If you go to this on my channel, this is the Who Knives V2. If you go, there's a discount code on there, and you can use it to buy one of these knives. They're still available. In fact, you can sign up now. He's taking names for the V3. So go and visit his site. Go on to Who Knives. I'll put that down below. It's just whoknives.co.uk. Go on there and you'll find everything about it. He's on Instagram as well. You can check him out there. But this is a fabulous knife. It really is a fabulous knife. And I say after my discount, it's about $145 or something. Somewhere around there. Which is fabulous for titanium M390. It's a solid titanium. It's not weight relieved. as is the Chris Reeve knives, but we'll weigh them as well when I get to it. This is a slip joint. It's got the same pokey little thumb stud as the Chris Reeves, but he's changing that, and he's got a bigger, fatter one coming, which I'm looking forward to. But I just use this now. My thumbs got used to it. And then we have the knife. So, Rick, this is what tempted me to go bananas. I just, you know, it's funny. In my channel, yesterday I was doing knives that were under £20, and today I'm doing one that's well over £400. So just, by the way, I really thank Carl because he did give it to me at a good price. I'm really pleased. I've done a couple of trading knives and some cash. So look at that. Box Elder. And sometimes these came out and they weren't that as figured as this is. This wood is beautifully figured. And I'm going to season it as well, just for now. It is gorgeous. It has it on the back. This is this new 31. You've got the polished titanium on the front, but on the top, it's just the rough titanium, and on the inside, it's rough. The back is, the back is polished, and then the clip and the locking mechanism is in the raw titanium. I just think this is sexy as all get out. It really is. And that Box Elder, I'd always fancied this in the bog oak, but see, when I seen this up for sale, I just fell for it. I literally fell in love with it, and it took me a while to sort out what I needed to do to get it. And then Carl was very, very accommodating, and I'll have to say I thank him for that. He's given me a knife that is going nowhere. It is beautiful. Now, it's typical. This Carl has not used as much at all. I've re-oiled it, and it's still wearing in. And it's like any knife. I could loosen it up, but I want it to wear in. This has no movements at all, up, down, side, and I mean nothing. It's got the crowned over spine on it. It's got the most perfect jimping, slightly ramped. You see that? And that's all the ramp you need, because when you push into this, you ain't going anywhere. Nowhere. It has that beautiful Chris Reeve drop point. It's nearly a clip. It is just gorgeous, and the nicest thing at all. And I knew this before. That's why I thought this would be perfect. The Insingo, or Incozy, is it Incozy? One of the two, was just really didn't fit my hand perfectly, but I could put up with it. It was beautiful. This is the 31, which is a bigger handle. I get all 4 fingers on this. Comfortably. I could work for hours. I don't feel that little clip there. You can see they've encanted that over so that it's on the, not the lock bar, but on the handle material itself. But honestly, it's just, it's stunning. This just goes in between my front 2 fingers here, and it sits in there, and there's no pain. And it's not very often you get a clip that gives you no pain. I don't feel it. I don't even notice it in there. It's fantastic. Ergonomically, just perfect for me. Perfect. And I didn't want the big one because it's too big for what. I mean, this is going to be an EDC knife, and I am going to use the living daylights out of this. This is not going to be a safe queen, and I think that'll please Carl too. This is going to be used. This is staying in my collection. This is just beautiful. It's got a lovely edge on it. Came with this lovely edge. It really is nice and sharp. That grinds on I love grinds. It's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. And to give you a quick reference on size, this is the knife that's going live tonight, and we can get it. It's the Jack Wolf Knives Javelina, or Javelina, not Javelina. They're almost the same size. Let's see if we can get this on top with a darker. The Javelina is just a little bit smaller in both kinds, but that's the Javelina compared to this. A beautiful, beautiful. Just, I am a lucky boy. I've got some beautiful knives. This now, I'm going to do some measurements, and I'm going through the whole hog with this. I'll probably do another review. This is not a review as such. This is just a first impressions. Although I'm glad I left it today because I was so excited yesterday. I don't think I could have spoke. And that is genuinely the truth. This is just under 3 inches. I believe it's 2.99 or something, with a cutting edge of 2 3/4, just over 2 3/4. Perfect. Again, just perfect for everyday use. Perfect. And the weight of it is, just getting this down now, in ounces, it is 2.8 ounces. And that's solid titanium and a good blade stock on it. It really is just beautiful. Stunning. And to keep it at that weight is fantastic. I love it. I mean, that's the same weight as a Delica. And look at you getting for it. But just unbelievable. And there's it beside Carl's knife. So you can see what I was saying. It's exactly the same size, but there is obviously subtle differences. This is not a copy, but it's something, it's in that style, and it's the style I love. It's the right handle size. What is the handle size? Just to make sure we get that. It is 4 inches. So you basically got a 3-inch blade, 4-inch handle, the perfect EDC size for me. And I have a lot of knives around this. This is a slip joint. This is a locking knife with the Chris Reeve integral lock that he invented. And he also had a big hand in the blade steel, which is great. You know, you've got everything about this man. And now his son has taken over the business and is making a great job of it. Very personable man and seems to be doing a great job. And he's got these off, and they're now becoming so popular. They've got a backlog that they can't even keep up with. So even just to get one is a joy at this minute. So there's it with the Who Knives V2. Fantastic knife. I mean, you know, it's an awful, you know, it's nearly 4 times as cheap as the Chris Reeve, but it is a super knife. Very, very great as an EDC. This is just class. That's all it is, just pure class. With a Javelina, there you go. It's just under 4 inches in length, but really comparable in size and use. I'd use this as much as I'll use this. It's just beautiful. And the last wee one I'm going to show you is my other little titanium knife. Those titanium knives that I had about 6 months ago, saying I'm buying no more of them. I seem to have quite a few of them. Why, I do not know. There again, there's 4 inch. This is the tactile turn. This is the Bear, another slip joint. And I've got, you know, enough slip joints in the titanium now. I don't really need it, but the Bear is sort of ultra thin. Ultra thin. So I can't tell you how happy I am. It comes in the slip, and to be honest with you, I have a trackies on, and I just put it in my slip and throw it in my pocket. When I've got jeans on, it'll just get clipped in. I don't intend to ruin this knife, but I do intend to fully use it in everything I'm doing. It's just too beautiful not to use, and I don't know whether that makes sense. It's the most expensive knife I've bought, and I'm probably likely to buy. Said it again, Rick. Warthog and me are just impossible knife collectors. We couldn't keep our word to save our lives. So, look, I can't tell you, know, it's at the minute it's stiff, but it's got that Chris Reeve. It really is just so smooth, mechanical. It just beautiful. Yeah, I can flick it open just. And that takes quite a lot of effort and wrist flick. But I know that it'll just wear in. And I'm in no rush for it to wear in. Do you know what I mean? I'm in no rush. I want to use it and let it wear in naturally so that I get the full experience of a Chris Reeve knives, which I am so happy with. And I know Chris Reeves is not, I mean, he is still as popular, but the knives are not super cool. Do you know what I mean? They are functioning knives that are meant to work. The S35 VN in this is 59 to 60, I think, which is fair enough. I can cope with that. I mean, it just means it's easier to sharpen. And that's all it is. It's hard enough to do any work. It's forgiven enough with that heat treatment, because it is a working knife. You know, it's made all right, and it's a bloody expensive working knife, but it is made to work. And I love the smaller model more than I like. I've had the larger models in hand, and they're just too big for my everyday use. If I was a tradesman, yes, but I'm not. I'm just an old lad in a house, a caravan. So I'm over the moon. I love this. Rather than the black, I love this maroon that Carl had put on it with a beautiful little bead on it. Really lovely bead, and put on really well. And it's even got its own little, what would you call it? the little metal bracket on the end. I've got two now with the metal bracket, so it means I can get another one done on the that gives me a change for this. But at the minute, it's absolutely lovely. I really do like it, and I've enjoyed carrying it in the slip, to be honest with you. It just pops in the slip beautifully once you get over the, there it is in the slip. It's no fatter than most of my other slip joints. The only thing is the um, clip sort of protrudes a wee bit there, but doesn't really matter. I put it that way in my pocket, so there's no pressure on it. But a beautiful slip from Chris Reeve that you get in the package. So I hope you can understand. This is just, I mean, look, my grill knife was always a 945. It'll never change. I'll never call another knife my grill knife. But by gosh, this is the star of my collection, without a doubt. I just love it. And I don't know whether it's because of my age that I still find Chris Reeve and that mechanism, that, that sort of just so smooth. There's not a hindrance of that going down. There really isn't. Yes, it's quite pokey, but I don't open and close my knives 500 times a day, so it'll not bother me. It will get looser. Like my last one was an old one I bought, and it was so loose, it was fantastic. But this is just the hydraulicness that, it's just amazing. So Carl, I can't thank you enough. Please go over and see Carl's site, see what he's got to offer. That V2 is a fantastic option if you can't afford this. And I couldn't afford this and I've got this. And, I didn't feel as if I was, I meant I might do the weights on these knives just to see what the weights were before I go. So I think we said this was 2.8. The Who knives is 3.4. So it's a bit heavier, but it's got thicker stock on that, so it deserves to be heavier. This is the Bexar, which is 1.8. And this is the Javelina, is 2.3. So there you go. It's somewhere close to most of them. There's not much of an ounce between them all, or maybe 2 ounces in the case of the V2. But I just adore it. I don't think I could be happier. And I'm glad I waited a day, because I think I've got through this without getting too repetitive. And that's saying that, I'll do a review after I've used it. But, just thank you. I feel very, very blessed. Now, I'm away for a wee cup of tea and a settle down. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Paddy's gone.